Thank you so much for joining us today, Leah. We're of course here to celebrate Sarina, your England manager, Sarina Wiegman, who has won the FWA Tribute Award, which is amazing. And I have to ask you first, what makes her such a special manager?
Sarina is probably one of the most direct managers I've ever had, but her level of criticism is coupled with an insane amount of care. And I think that, especially working with women, I think it brings out the best in us. And obviously we've had some fairly good results, hopefully because of that.
Yeah, pretty good results.
Yeah.
So you've worked with her for about 4.5 years now. How has she changed, if at all, from those early days to now?
I think we've all changed, and women's football has changed. And I think one of the best things is that we know we've been a real driving force in that change. But the task gets more and more difficult every year. And I think I've seen her open up more and more to us. I suppose when she came in, it was more like we looked at her for the answers, and now it's more of a collaborative approach because we're all finding our feet in this new world, so to speak. So yeah.
Well, talking of that collaborative approach, she gave you the armband those years ago. What did that mean to you on a personal level for her to put that trust in you?
Yeah, I mean, there was no evidence, I suppose, to suggest that it was the right call. She believed in me from the start, and she was always quite honest with me in that. It also means she was quite demanding of me. But yeah, I think she changed the trajectory of my England career and probably, my career in general. So I can only ever be appreciative of that, yeah.
And reflecting on last summer, there were some pretty big pressure moments, and she always looked very calm, and I guess that's something she must instill in you guys. How does she do that, and how do you always have that belief that she knows what she's doing and she's going to get over the line?
I mean, her success speaks for itself. So I think when you have proof, belief can come from no evidence. But when you have that behind you and you've proven to yourself that you can do it before, I think that pays into it. But that's her demeanour. She's calm, she's prepared. So in football, as in any sport, I suppose, the preparation allows you to then, be calm in those moments and trust that you've done everything that you can. And I think she's a no stone left unturned manager. I also think we're demanding of that as a group, and we'll be the first to highlight if we think something needs a bit more attention to detail or attention in general. So then I think when we get into those moments, we just have to trust that it's in the locker.
And the super subs too, right?
Yeah, yeah. There's been some big calls, and I suppose you say she gave me the armband. That was a gamble on a younger player, and she's proven again and again that the faith that she has in those players, and I think it says a lot about her that they have the confidence to come on and do what's required of them.
And you mentioned that she's opened up over the years, and I think we got a glimpse into that outside Buckingham Palace with her dancing to Burna Boy.
That shocked me just as much as you, so yeah.
That was going to be my question. Had you seen that side of her before in the dressing room?
I think she's very funny. I think a lot of the girls think she's very funny. I'm not sure she'd describe herself in that way, but she's just, I think those moments deserve to be celebrated, and I think she has definitely, well, maybe she was like this before, but the influence of British culture, and we know how to party and we know how to have a good time. So I think she's got on board with that over the years.
Yeah, I mean, is she one to grab the karaoke mic at the team socials?
I've not seen it personally, but I think I have heard her sing before during a team quiz, and she had no shame doing that either, so I shouldn't have been surprised, really.
Well, there's still time.
Yeah.
Definitely still time. And do you have a favourite story about Sarina from the years?
There was a time, 2022, obviously COVID was still about, and we had this tournament, and she called us out of bed to run something by the leadership group, and she said, I think we should go on lockdown, etc., etc. What do you think? So we must have stood for about 10 minutes basically arguing that we wanted to see our families, we were coming up with, we can have toilets outside, people don't need to go into the facilities, blah, blah, blah. She must have listened for 10 minutes, turned around and just said, I think we're going to lock down. And it was like, okay. And she just, I don't know, I think that says a lot about her, that she does listen, but I think when she feels like something is right, she says, I'm going to walk in this direction, I'm going to go quick, and if you want to follow me, great. And I think I don't think anybody wouldn't follow her into battle.
Yeah, we see that courage in her conviction for
Yeah.
sure. She mentioned that when she received her honorary damehood, which is an incredible achievement, she mentioned that you had given her a phone call and to sort of tell her just how amazing it was and congratulate her and the magnitude of that. How did that phone call go?
Well, I thought I timed it well that she'd be chilling at home. I didn't realise she was on holiday, so I think it was about 10:30 where she was. I think she was very surprised, potentially worried, I don't know. But she just makes me laugh because she's so humble and the way she speaks about those sorts of things, I think it's a testament to the person that she is. But also sometimes I want to make sure that she understands the weight of the impact that she's had. So yeah, I just wanted to congratulate her. I think it's an incredible thing. We're very proud of her. You know, she's a part of the team. I know she's our manager, but she's a Lioness too.
Well, talking of that impact, what would you say her biggest impact and legacy will be on English football?
Winning. And I think that there's lots that you can argue in football. There's lots of opinions, lots of different ways to look at the game. Not always black and white, wrong or right necessarily. But I think the one thing you can't argue with is winning. And she came here with a task to take a very good team over that line. And she's now done it twice. So, yeah, I think I'd be pretty proud of that legacy if that was me.
Yeah, well, winning and World Cup next year.
There's still more to do. We're aware of that.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's no better manager, I'm sure, in your mind who can give you guys the belief that you can go all the way next year.
When it comes to the belief and the cohesion and the way we work as a group, I think, like I said, you have to have people. If you're going to stay in one place for a long time, you have to have people willing to evolve and grow with the game and at the pace required. And I think she is that person.
And how are you feeling ahead of this amazing year? World Cup qualification starting in very soon.
Yeah, well, the World Cup qualification just keeps getting harder and harder. So we need to get over that line first. We'll be motivated, I'm sure, especially after 2023. But it's a very exciting time, and for a lot of us, it would be incredible to go to that tournament and do well. But as we saw this summer, it just keeps getting harder and harder, so we'll see.
Well, Sarina wins the award tonight, but it's on behalf of all of the Lionesses have achieved over the years. And I wondered, you saw the crazy scenes in Switzerland outside Buckingham Palace on the Mall. Do you have a message for all those Lioness fans who've just been there through all of it?
I think they know as much as we do as players how privileged we are to live in this generation and to be able to see and be a part of what's been going on over the last, 4.5 years. But they've stuck with us. Switzerland was an incredible atmosphere, and I know that we asked for privacy, and I think to win we've needed that sort of that private space for us to be able to get our work done. But I think we always share the party, and there's been a fair few. So I know I'm very lucky to live through this, and I'm sure they realise that too. But if they don't, then I would urge them to stay on the journey, because I think there's good times ahead.
And hopefully many more parties to come for you and Sarina.
I hope so. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Leah.
Thank you.
Thank you.